Hey everyone, it's Kim with All Bar New. I am here doing another project. This is a brand new DIY kit that we're listing on the website. It's a snowball. It says Welcome Summer. I am going to be offering the blue bow with this one because I love how it's going to look with these colors. Okay, so if you haven't ever bought our DIY kits before, we have several different ways you can purchase. So you can purchase our Deluxe Kit, which actually comes with everything you see plus the 3 brushes. Grab my 3 brushes. Plus the 3 brushes. So you get your bow, your paint, your background color, your ribbon, your 3D cutout, and your snowball. If you just need the wood cutout and the paint, you have the rope and you have the bow. You can get that. So this is going to be just the basic package. It comes with the cutout and the paints, or you can actually just buy it blank. So if you have your paints, you have your brushes, you have your ribbon, you have your rope, you're good to go. You can just buy this blank. You can get all of our kits on our website at shopallbarnew.com. All right, so we're going to go ahead and get started. We do have some paintbrushes on the website if you need some paintbrushes. You can also buy other paint colors. So these are the paint colors that I'm going to be working with today. But if you want to change your paint colors, if you don't like the paint colors that I'm offering with the kit, you can also buy our paint colors that are on our website. So just look under, I believe they're painting supplies. You do need a couple things before we get started. You need a cup of water. To rinse out your brush. You don't need to wet your brush when you get started. You do need to rinse it out when we change colors. You need some paper towels. Grab some baby wipes if you have baby wipes. Those are awesome if you make a mistake. But other than that, we're going to get started. So I want you to grab your favorite paintbrush. So I'm going to use a small flat brush for this one because we're going to be blending in some of the colors right here. Now you can go any color, any way you want. I'm just gonna make it, I'm gonna put this one on my door, so I'm just gonna make it how I kind of want it. So I'm actually gonna start with this pretty teal. So I'm just gonna grab some on my brush and I am going to kind of put a line right here. Just to kind of give me an area of where I want to stop. You can do this any kind of way you want. You can use different colors. You can use one color. Have fun with it. You can also paint it your favorite flavor snowball. Okay, while my paintbrush is still wet, I'm going to grab the other color because I'm just going to kind of blend it in somewhat. So again, I'm just going to run kind of a line where I want to be. It doesn't have to be perfect. Okay, so I did forget to mention when I first started, I did run a line right here where my cup is going to start. So this is going to be the white. You can look at this. You can kind of make the cup stop where the snowball is, but you can also put this down and see kind of where you want your cut. I also did a little line right here for the straw. You can do that as well if you need to. I don't pre-do those because people like their straws and their cups different ways. So I'm just going to kind of paint this teal. Okay, so now for the next color, I'm actually going to wash my brush out because I'm going to be doing a totally different shade. So go ahead and wash your brush out. Make sure your brush is dry. It doesn't have to be completely dry, but you don't want it really wet either. All right, so now I'm gonna grab some yellow. I'm gonna make my line. Doesn't have to be perfect. Snowball, rainbow snowball isn't perfect anyway. Okay, so now that I've got my yellow, and it's okay if it goes over the blue, it's okay if it mixes it. I'm gonna keep my yellow on because I'm gonna go to orange. All right, now I'm going to do some red. Now I am gonna have, let's see, I think my red's gonna be a little bit wider than the blue. So I'm gonna see how that works out. I may do some pink at the end. Let's see. There we go. We finished our colors. If you want to blend them in a little more, you can. But I'm also going to put white on top of this, so to kind of give it that icy look. So I don't want to do too much. This is going to bother me. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to wash my brush real quick, and I'm going to do another coat of that yellow. All right, so I've got the top going on. I'm gonna go ahead and put this paintbrush in the water. I'm gonna grab a bigger paintbrush. You can use that same paintbrush for this part, but I'm gonna use my favorite paintbrush for the bottom. So I'm just gonna paint this bottom white, and I'm gonna paint the straw white, and then we'll go ahead and paint the words. Now I've painted everything. Don't worry about this line right here because we're gonna put a black line. So don't worry about that. So the next thing we're gonna do is we're gonna grab a, gotta excuse the background noise. I'm on my porch again. So of course you hear everything. Okay, so, oh, and we get fuzzies in our paint on the back porch. Okay, so what we're gonna do now is we're gonna kind of put some white, it's not stripes, it's just gonna be kind of zigzags everywhere. So I'm using a round brush, kind of a thin brush. You get one of these in your kit. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna kind of load it up with the white, and I'm gonna do it over here first, but you're just gonna kind of go like this. You don't want it too perfect, because again, it's a snowball. Sorry, I got distracted. I thought a bug went in my paint. I've got to set up a spot in either my studio or my home office to do this, because between the noise and everything else, driving me crazy. All right, so I'm just gonna kind of go around and just kind of do some swirlies everywhere. I guess to kind of make it look like condensed milk. All right, so still waiting for the bottom to dry. I'm gonna go ahead and wash my round brush. All right, now I'm going to get my summertime. I'm gonna paint this while this is drying. Let's see, I'm not quite sure what color I want to do. I think I'm going to do I think I'm actually going to do black. You do get black with this kit. I need to grab mine though, because I forgot to put it over here. So I think I'm going to do mine black. So the same flat brush that we used for the top, for all the colors, we're going to use that again for our... Now, if you have a makeup sponge, you can use the makeup sponge too. Just make sure the makeup sponge doesn't have any moisturizer in it. But you can use either the makeup sponge if you have one laying around, or if you got one from our shop, or you can use this brush. This brush works fine. Okay, so at this time, we're gonna let everything dry. Make sure that your snowball is dry, make sure your Welcome Summer is dry, and also now is the time to go plug in that hot glue. If you're using E600, go ahead and grab it and open it up, because that's what we're doing next. We're gonna do our outlines and we're gonna put our words on there. So I'm gonna go and plug my hot glue gun in, because I forgot to before I started, and we'll be back to put everything together. All right, so now that everything is dry, we're gonna go ahead and start putting it together. Now we're also gonna do the black shading. So we need to either grab your paintbrush. You're gonna wanna use your round paintbrush for this, or you can grab your paint pens, however you wanna do it. I am gonna use a thick one to go on here, just for time's sake, so I don't have to worry about keep loading the paintbrush if I need to, and keep going over it. But what I'm gonna do, now this, I just did one coat. You can still see some of the brown, some of the wood coming through, but that's how I like it. Okay, so let me make sure this is good. All right, so we're just gonna run it across, just like so. Does not have to be perfect. All right, That's the top. That's all you need to do for the top. Now, I'm going to, oh, you know what? While we have that thick one and while you're doing a lot, we're going to outline this straw. So give me a minute. Let me turn it around so I don't touch that. All right. So we're just going to outline it. All right. And we're going to work with that straw in just a second. We're going to finish down here though. Okay. So now take your Welcome Summer. I have Hello Summer on mine, and put it how you want it. Okay, so if you want it straight, you can put it straight. I'm going to do it kind of crooked, so I kind of know where to put the shading around it. And I'm going to do the squiggly lines just like I did up here. I'm going to do down here. So I'm just going to start. All right, and that is done. So now we need to decide what color we're going to put kind of stripes on here. Again, you can use your round tip brush for this. I think I'm going to do the teal. The light teal. So I'm going to get my teal. And this isn't going to be perfect, but I'm just going to grab some. And just gonna run it up like this. Put this back in your water. Now I'm gonna let that dry, and while that's drying, we're gonna glue the Hello Summer on. Welcome Summer. Why do I keep saying Hello Summer? I just did a really neat Hello Summer design that I'm releasing next week. So I've got that on the brand. I can't wait to paint it. It's gonna look so cool. It's actually 3D with popsicles and a sun, and it says Hello Summer. So I've got that on the brain. All right, so I've got my little dots. Just gonna push that on there. Once it's on there, I'll take the little hairs that the hot glue gun made. So I'm gonna get my little pick. All right, so I just go around and I just grab these little hairs and just pull them out. So when I have E600 on hand, I like to use that with the hot glue because the hot glue doesn't stay on forever. If you work with hot glue, you know it doesn't stay on forever. So what I do is I rub the E600 around, all around it, and then I put a couple dots of hot glue to tack it and to keep it in place for the time being. And then when the E600 is on, we're good to go. It won't come back off. Now what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna kind of highlight this. I'm just gonna swoop it. And then you're just gonna do like a little loop-dee. All right, so after you do all that, you can make this a little thicker if you want. After all that, you're going to put your bow. After you put that, you put it on your door and you're good to go. All right, y'all. See y'all next time.